What up, boys? What up? About time. I know. I know. I don't got a fucking excuse this time around, alright? I don't got an excuse. RIP, not RIP, but you know. Obviously, not too happy seeing what happened to SD and Phil Rowe, but congrats to their opponents. I didn't watch the fights. I could get caught up on them right now. I haven't really watched anything. Um, but I did see this Inland Kana defeating Kevin Christian, right? And what's his name? Kevin Christian went out cold because the ref didn't see it, but I did hear Kevin Christian's corner being like, he's tapping, or maybe Ellen Connor's corner was saying that. Aries says, man, I can't root for Estriquez. No man, no cap. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I get it. You know, I get it with SD. I get it with SD, but sometimes when the whole world's against him, you know, I just don't want to pile on. I wish him the best. I hope he doesn't get cut, to be honest with you, but we'll see. We'll see. What do you guys think is next for that man? They be giving him some tough ass fucking fights. You gotta admit it. I'm over here looking at the. Yeah, they're replaying it right now. He taking this opportunity for granted, man, and he doing stupid shit in the cage. Let me rewatch the fight right now. Let me rewatch the fight. Let me just grab my remote real quick. I think SD gets cut and that's no hate. Yeah, that no, I hear you. I hear you, Joe. I hear you. I wouldn't have thought that was hating anyway. A lot of people think that. I mean, the I guess the more intense narrative is that people think the UFC's feeding him tough ass competition to get his ass cut. You know, like the UFC doesn't want him in there anymore. They're giving him unwinnable fights. Anybody listen to the new Kodak Black album? I forgot to mention that last night. All Black Rolex, not a bad song, not a bad song. And then we got what? We got the main card up now, right? So we got a 6-fight main card. I'm basically just here for the main card. Um, which is fine. Which is fine. No, they not, man. It's winnable if he stopped doing stupid shit in the cage. Yeah, that's actually why I want to see this fight, Aries. I'm going to rewatch it right now. But I'm curious to see this fight because just looking at the highlights, they're saying, like, Miles didn't seem stoked on the win. Right, I heard it's Miles' first submission. So, Miles not being stoked, submitting SD, right? I'm just wondering, like, was SD doing decent on the feet? Somebody tell me. I'm gonna go watch it right now, though. And everybody watching, shout out. Like the stream, like the stream. Let me take a look at SD's performance right now. You know, I guess I have a close connection to SD because I had Phil Rowe and Joaquin on, you know, giving him constructive criticism. And I wanted to see it all kind of like, you know, pan out for him. Maybe it still can. I don't know. I don't know. Jew thinks he's gonna get cut. And honestly, he could possibly. I don't know. I don't know how many fights are on the deal. Maybe we should have done an interview with SD before this. Damn, looks like Norma and Ketlin went the distance, huh? Damn, you boys had to sit through some tough ass women's fights, I feel like. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so I'm seeing SD dancing to the cage right now. Air guitar in it. Just straight up dancing. What song was he walking out to? My goodness gracious. Damn, bro, where the hell's my other AirPod at? He need to go train with Joaquin or some shit, cause that was ridiculous. Damn, Aries. All right, let me see this. Let me see. Good timing because they're like lagging on getting this card started. SD still strutting. He got the ankles taped. Some people like to do that, some people don't. Here's Dante Johnson doing his little, 1-2 step. These fucking guys, man. These guys. Oh shit, I called him Miles. His name's Dante. Sorry about that. Comes from a fight family. Okay, okay. Do we got Onama or do we got Garcia? Dude, I cannot believe that Steve Garcia lost to Luis fucking Pena. And who else did he lose to, bro? That shit's ridiculous. What up, Soda Pop? If SD lasted one more minute, my bet would have hit. I'm rewatching the fight right now, so I'll tell you what I think of it. This dude Miles is big and strong though. He could cut down to 70, bro. Easy. The peace tattoo over the stomach. Bold choice. Onama, but shit, it's going to be a hard fight. Okay, Aries, okay. We got Alan Nascimento versus Cody Durden up next. Jeremiah versus Themba. We gotta lock in for that one, boys. At least Themba got some hype going for that fight. Isaac Dolgarian versus an undefeated fighter from Cuba. Okay. Radke versus Frunza. Okay. What do you guys think of the card so far? Okay, mid. I mean, the beginning of this card is fucking ass. I'll tell you that much. I heard Phil got grappled the whole fight from like start to finish. What do we think about Phil, guys? I didn't watch that fight either, but fill me in. Give me a little. Fill me in. No pun intended. But give me. but give me a little. Give me a little rundown of that. I see it right here: 30, 26, 30, 27 times two. Phil's a black belt, man. How the hell is he getting out grappled by a Korean dude? I saw a tweet saying like Phil gotta either accept guard or try to get up, but like what was he doing? I saw a screenshot of him like on his side, like a bunch of screenshots of him on his side. I'll rewatch that, but I'm rewatching SD right now. Phil pissed me off too, no cap. I think Radke versus Frunze is a sleeper of the night, but fight of the night is Garcia versus Onama. Okay, got you, Soda Pop, got you. Got you. Any Radke fight I'll tune into. So here's SD kind of like opening up against Miles and teeps him, then shoots in for a takedown, gets it. SD gets a takedown on I keep calling him Miles. That's my bad, dude. His name's Dante. So SD got like a little bit of a cradle going. Shit, if the UFC cuts SD, we might have to get him on the podcast. As far as like a permanent appearance. Make him a co-host on the Wednesday show. What do we think? Or should me and SD have like a Sunday show? What do we think? What would you think of a weekly podcast with me and SD? So here's Johnson on a knee here. SD a little bit, I think, lost like with what to do now that Miles got to a knee. He's like trying to get him back down, but he's not fully sure what to do. Not really taken back or anything, just attacking that leg. I can see what Aries means here when he says SD doing stupid shit. Is this what you're talking about, Aries? He should have been taking the back and shit like that, to be honest with you. SD's just holding on to his leg and kneeing him. Okay, so now Miles stands up and SD shoots him for a takedown again. And Miles is throwing big shots on SD's head. SD trying to go takedown. Miles kind of like big steps out of it. Breaks SD's grip. Then he takes SD's back. Halfway through the first. SD probably go bare knuckle. STD. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal, Yeshua. That's brutal. Yeah, pay SD $20 an episode. Soda Pop, I'll do him one better. I'll tell SD to make his own YouTube channel, and we'll split the revenue. Cause you could do collaborating now on YouTube. So I would do SD that service. I'd be like, yo, we'll split the revenue. 60-40. 60-40. Oh, boys, what do we think? What should we give SD? 60-40, 50-50, 70-30? Weekly podcast with SD. How much should I revenue share with him? I say 60-40 because, you know, I'm doing a lot of the work. Could be 50-50 because he got more of a name than me, but, you know. Okay, now they're standing on the feet. A minute left. SD's back up against the cage here. I would like to see him try to press. Oh, SD goes spinning back fist. Damn. Then he gets taken down. Now he's standing back up, though. I can see the parts where Aries is using the verbiage he's using. Saying SD's pissing him off in there. Aries, did you want SD to win by chance, or you don't like SD because of his history? SD with another spinning elbow. My goodness gracious. My man just threw 3 spinning back elbow strikes. Cody Durden coming up, by the way. He's in the octagon. Alon Nascimento coming up. Oh, somehow SD falls to the ground here. Let me see. Yeah, bro, I would like to see more like just jabs and leg kicks from SD, but he's doing all kinds of crazy shit. Oh, now he shoots in for a takedown. Johnson sprawls, takes his back. SD rolls to his back. Now Johnson in side control. Damn, big elbow from Johnson. Johnson helps up SD. I think they're cool. I think they like each other. Aries, not SD. I've been rooting for him. I like him. Okay, got you, Aries. Got you. So that even makes it more valid that you're pissed off, you know? Because some people look at SD from a biased perspective. Like, no matter what he does, he can't do any right, so... I can definitely see where you got frustrated. A lot of these guys be doing shit like that, though. Like, dude, stick to the fucking X's and O's, you know? Jabs, leg kicks, right? Teeps, press forward. Like, I would execute all those strategies before I go ahead and start spinning around and shit like that. But I see what SD was doing. He's like, oh shit, back against the cage. Let me throw the spinning back elbow. I see what he's doing. But those are Hail Marys, man. Those are Hail Marys. Even if you do land it, odds of replicating it are, you know, even fewer. Start of round 2 here. Big teeps from SD. SD keeps threatening takedown. Off the takedown, he goes spinning back fist. I think I've seen one too many spinning back fists from him for the night. Now Johnson got him down. SD threatening a front little guillotine, putting his head in his crotch. At least there's no nut shots up to this point. Now SD going takedown attempt of his own. Again, is that highly advised, or should SD just work on standing back up and striking, you know, and pressing forward? Only he knows. You know, only he knows. The submission's about to come in like a minute, so I'm not going to call this out Alon fight yet, but Alon is starting. I will be the next Cedric Dumas. Trust me, I will do it. He's my inspiration. Bro, Soda Pop, literally before this, when I was like listening to the results and shit like that, I'm not saying I'm a better fighter than these guys, so don't get it twisted. But it's like, bro, sometimes I just wish I could step in there for these guys, like run the fucking fade for them. Like, it's like, gosh, dang, bro. Like, I'm so, you know, not disappointed in them. I'm trying to be nice about it, you know. But it's like, man, like, go beat these dudes' asses, man. What the fuck is going on here? I just saw SD get subbed. I just want to see how that whole thing went about again. My bad. So here's SD, you know, he goes, so SD's going, after getting taken down, once Johnson backs off, SD goes takedown attempt of his own. Then Johnson, you know, eventually breaks the grip, goes front headlock on SD, and then he transitions that to a Darce, it seems. So here he is. SD got no leg now, in a compromised position, still shooting, still diving for legs instead of standing up and shit like that. Dude, oh my gosh. These rolling thunder kicks from the ground, SD man. I get it, SD. I get it, and I love you, bro. But SD, come on, man. I totally see what Aries is talking about. And here you go, ending up in front headlock again, bro. And you're getting Darced now. Yeah, SD gets a little bit, not even Darced, dude. Just a straight up guillotine choke. Dude, he didn't even have his arms. Bro, SD could have probably got out of that, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't want to question his heart or anything, but he didn't. That wasn't even a Darce. He literally just had his neck from the side. If SD rolled to his back, he could have potentially got out of that. Unless he was tired and shit. I will say, and shout out to SD, man. He's a good sport about it and shit. They dap up, so it's cool. I think Johnson kind of is like all of us in a way. Not all of us, but some of us in the chat. Where it's like, SD been through enough shit. Why keep kicking a man while he's down, Unfortunately, that was a bad performance. And unfortunately, he looks a little bit lost in there. I'm just going to keep it a buck. He looks a little bit lost in there. Like there's not enough, well, somebody actually commented this to me. Fucking A. So I can relate this to what SD's saying. Somebody was like talking shit to me saying, what'd they say? They said that I don't have, they were basically saying when I'm talking, I don't have like an image of what I want to say in my head, which is funny. Because it's like true but not true at the same time. Like I do have an image in my head, but sometimes I just have a hard time getting it out. But there was a word for it. Give me a second. I think I know what video. Oh, inner dialogue or something? Bear with me. Anyway, I'm not going to find it. Maybe I will. Yeah, inner monologue. Inner monologue. Okay, there we go. Inner monologue. I feel like SD doesn't really have an inner monologue of what the fight should look like, because what I just saw, that was tough. That was tough on a lot of different ways. Even when he did get the takedowns and shit. My bad, boys. I know I'm not watching this fight right now. But even when SD did get the takedowns, he not knowing to take the back and stuff. He got to have more of like a vision in his head, in my opinion. Tough for SD. Okay, let me lock in on this fight that's going on right now. That's end of round 1. Alon Nascimento versus Durden. The UFC, I think they were better off back in the day in some aspects signing guys who are from certain gyms and shit like that, Aries says he understands what I'm saying. Okay, for sure. I feel like, the UFC was better off signing guys from like a Team Alpha Male, like these gyms. Jackson Wink and shit. The Scrap Pack, you know, Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz team. The reason why I say that is because I'm saying SD doesn't really have like a vision, you know, of how the fight should look, and he's going in there finding himself in these spots, and like he's not doing the dance. Like, you feel me? Like, it's looking clunky. And I think, you know, that has something to do with his camp. But it's just crazy that you make it to the top of the promotion, you know, the top of the top, and then like, you know, you're in some camp where you can't really get the best work. You can't really look smooth in the dance. And that's why I'm kind of saying, like, SD got to go lock in at Fusion or something like that. Like long term, like a good gym long term, and there's very few of them. You know, there's very few. Trevor Whitman's camp, very underrated. You know, Justin Gaethje's camp, but I think that's invite only. I think that's invite only. These boys are scrapping. But, you know, I'm still more on that whole SD topic right now, but I think that's pretty much my take. Is I would like to see more centralized gyms. You know, guys training amongst each other. I honestly think it's good, bro. I think not enough guys are getting looks. Like, the one good thing about Extreme Couture is that you can spar Sean Strickland there. You can spar all these UFC bodies. You know, and kind of get a gauge for yourself. Now, the technique being taught at Extreme Couture, the game planning, you know, all that stuff is questionable. But you can have some decent sparring partners. If I was an MMA fighter right now, what I would do is I wouldn't train at Extreme Couture. I would train at a better gym, like a Trevor Whitman's gym or something like that. And then what I would do is I would go and get sparring work at Extreme Couture and spar those guys. That's what I would do. But I wouldn't get technique from Extreme Couture. Cody is pressing Alon heavy right now. Vlad, what up, Vlad? You watching the fights illegally? It's fucking illegal. Nope, I'm watching them legally. I'm a ESPN Plus subscriber. Let's see here. Oh shit, Nascimento just dropped Durden. Going guillotine. Not even guillotine. Darce. Damn, Durden's fucked. That shit's done with. That shit is done with. Oh shit, Durden going inverted. Nascimento got his feet in the cage. Durden tapping still. Damn, even when he went inverted, he tapped. Damn, he almost went out. Soda Pop, you okay on that one? Hopefully you didn't lose any money on that one, Soda Pop. Damn, Soda Pop kind of saying, I think you must have responded when I said SD could have got out of that submission potentially, or I at least would have seen him roll to his back, because Soda Pop going, I'm telling you, if I was a fighter, I'd never quit. Sure, I'd probably get slept cold like 50 times, but I'd never tap or quit to punches. SD wanted out, and it was such a letdown. Man. He definitely didn't seem comfortable in that fight at all, SD. I think I think he would benefit, and I'm just purely speculating, but it's like I think he would benefit from watching MMA fights. Something about his fight style kind of tells me like he don't be watching fights. Not even studying tape on his opponent, but like just tuning into the fight nights. You know? Like, does he watch pay-per-views and shit? I don't know. SD trains with Roy Jones's old coach. Damn. Jew says SD can finally get that 4 extra matchup. Oh, here we go. Soda Pop goes, I love the interview you did with him when he was outside and not on anything. He seemed really cool and down to earth. See, that's what I mean. That's why, like, I fuck with SD. You know, I know he got a checkered past, but at the end of the day, we got interviews together, so I feel like I can go ahead and keep that relationship going in a way and give the people what they want versus just like, you know, I don't even want to talk shit on the guy anyway. But it's like, he gets himself in a lot of hot water. You know, I'm a good platform for him to come on. I feel like I give him a fair shake over a lot of other people. But yeah, shout out Soda Pop for that one. Aries says, yeah, he wants a podcast with SD so he could talk some damn sense to him. That's so good. Congrats to Alon Nascimento. Jew Kevin Holland needs to go to a bigger gym. Aries, it's crazy because he have the choice to go to ATT. Yeah. I feel you, boys. I feel you. Okay, we got Rad Key up next. Four wins in a row for Nascimento, they're saying. What up, Rogue Streamer? Sup, Perry? I am surprised by how hard Durden fought. That was a good fight. That was a good fight. Good shit by Nascimento, and you know that is exactly. Remember what I was saying last week when I was watching Jose Delgado, right? When you drop a guy like that and you got him dead to rights, bro, fuck trying to knock him out. You go for the submission. You know, this is MMA. Bread and butter right there. So good stuff by Nascimento. Good stuff. I don't even know who was winning or losing that fight. I guess we could look it up real quick. Pretty even fight. 52 to 57 strikes landed in favor of Durden. 1 takedown landed in favor of Durden. But Nascimento was the favorite. Yeah, now we got Radke up next. I'm going to tap in now. I'm going to lock in. Daniel Frunza lost his debut to Reese McKee. That's not a good look. Reese McKee 1-5 in the UFC. Radke 3-2 in the UFC. Rogue says he has more power than Nascimento for sure. I was picking Nascimento by submission. Was thinking round 1-2. Yeah, Cody Durden is a really good wrestler. That's a good win for Nascimento for sure. That's a good win. Rogue goes, I think Yadir is going to win. Can't say how exactly. I'm psyched up for the Del Val fight. Shit, let me take a look, bro. Some of these guys I'm not familiar with. Isaac Dolgarian versus Del Val. Got you. Buck exposed the true side of Radke. Hope Frunza knocks him stiff. Wait, what did Radke do? Or yeah, what did Radke do to Buck? Soda Pop? How'd I miss that? Aries says, come on, Chuck Buffalo. Chuck Buffalo, that is his name, right? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, boys. I know Radke did say some racist shit, right? Soda Pop says Buck trained with Bilal and Radke. And Radke said since they trained, he can't fight Bilal for the belt. Seems fragile and insecure. Can't root for someone like that. So wait, if I'm not mistaken, Soda Pop, Radke said that Joaquin shouldn't fight Bilal because they trained in the past. They just got work. He did get knocked out by Malott. Isn't it crazy? The tiers of the game. When you talk about like Neil Magny, Mike Malott, Kevin Holland, Charles Radke. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, and he was calling Buck a snake and stuff in his DMs. Buck talked about it during a podcast. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe I should ask him about that in our next interview. I think we got an interview coming. We haven't talked about it yet, but as soon as the fight gets announced, I think we're going to run it. Get the band back together. We got to go viral once again. Calling the fans the F word, right? Yeah, true. Thanks for that, Rogue. The Radke fight is also a banger. He said homophobic slurs in Kansas. That's right, because he's from Kansas. That all makes sense now. Wait, is he from Kansas? Something tells me Radke's from Kansas. Maybe I'm just tipsy, but I don't know who Buck is. Joaquin Buckley, Rogue. Joaquin Buckley. New Mansa. Oh, hell no. Fuck Chuck Buffalo. Now, I didn't know that. Yeah, Aries. We can't be playing like that, right, Aries? Saying the F word is crazy. Rogue, I know Chuck Buffalo. I don't know where he's from. He got Midwest vibes, though. Something just tells me Kansas City. Let's go, Frunzer. This guy's crazy. Not the most skilled, but he's a dog. Hell nah. Hell nah, Aries. Hell nah. Hell nah. The one thing you can't take away from Charles Radke, he got a nice haircut. He got a nice haircut. Okay, we're about to get started here. Fight's on. No handshake. Soda Pop, yeah, UFC needs to do like a ring girl tryout or something. They got the same ones for like the last 10 years. I wonder who picked him in the first place. I don't even I feel like Dana could have done a better job. Nothing going yet in the striking department for these guys. You guys think Joaquin knocked out Charles Radke in sparring ever? Ooh, damn. These boys are both connecting pretty hard. Radke ate a tough one, and then he landed a nasty uppercut. Radke takedown attempt after getting hit hard earlier, like 30 seconds ago. Radke on Frunz's back. Radke working some nasty ground and pound from the top here, though. And he got his arm laced too. Charlie working some nasty ground and pound. Damn, nasty. Why the hell can't Frunza? Oh, finally he broke the grip. Soon as Frunza tries to get up, Raki takes his back. Damn, Raki going rear naked. Frunza rips off that top hand. Raki's still holding it. Frunza shaking no. Damn. Damn, Frunza is tough. He's fighting this rear naked like no other. Damn, Frunza survived the rear naked. That's crazy. Damn, and he punches Charlie in the face for his troubles. Oh shit, Frunza's just punching it from the back. Frunza gets better when he's hurt, so hopefully ref don't stop the fight. Damn, bro. He said, "Fuck it. If I'm not getting up, you're getting punched for the rest of this round. I don't care." Good shit. End of round one. Obviously, Radke wins it, but Frunza gave him a few punches for his troubles. So, Pop, you right. You right. Frunza gets better when he gets hurt, so hopefully ref don't stop the fight. Told you this guy's a dog. Yeah, he is a dog. He's a dog, all right. Phil Rowe issued a statement after the loss. Well done, Sioke. You far side overhook was extremely strong and nullified my half guard and ability to get back to my feet. Found your lane and got the victory. Congrats. Blessings. Young man, you either fight or fade. We always keep up the fight. Shout out to Phil. Start of round two. So Radke pumping out the jab a little bit. Yo, what up, Dylan? What up, Dylan? This round's kind of boring so far. Hopefully, Radke can get the finish. Radke about to take him down. Radke basically just in Frunze's closed guard now, so Frunze probably not going to get up at this rate. Radke making this boring. Yeah, I mean, if he got him here, try to break out of this guard and just rain down some ground and pound. Mid card. Yeah, I only tuned in after 2 fights, so. I guess Radke doesn't really want to bang it out with this dude, huh? Oh yeah, Radke got a cut on Frunze. Watching this card gave the realization that Norma Dumont is actually a baddie. Damn, Dylan. You're a fan of Dumont, huh? Dumont a baddie, a little bit of a reach, but hey, she not too, she a good looking lady. Damn, Radke's standing up, delivering some big ground and pound shots now. Frunze kicking him in the face for his troubles. The cut will make Frunze better. Let's see it. Let's see it. There's nothing wrong with Norma Dumont, okay? Nothing wrong with Norma Dumont. She's a great lady. I'm sure she's a nice lady. I know that Dylan's just saying that cuz he likes her cake. I know it. I know it. She's good looking for WMMA standards. Yeah, that's why I said like I'm not going to diss the lady. I got nothing bad to say about Norma Dumont. But I forgot who's fighting for a split second. Who's fighting right now? Radke. Radke's fighting. That's 2-up Radke. 2-up Radke. She do got some cake. She do. She do. She do. Commercial break. Radke up 2-0. What's coming up next? We got Bulgarian versus Yadier. Then we got Themba versus Jeremiah. Dalia versus Acosta in the main event. Garcia versus Onama. Frunza pressing Radke in round 3. Let's see what he could do with this. Radke just popping out the jab while Frunza's trying to throw big. And Radke goes blast double and gets it. Pretty much lands in half guard here. I mean, he does land in half guard. Yeah, even DC mentioning how he's closing his guard. It's like, yeah, you're not getting up when you close your guard, bro. You're just not. Okay, it's over, unfortunately. Radke with the smart game plan. Radke with the smart game plan. You watching this legally? Yeah, Dylan, I'm watching it legally. I got an ESPN subscription. The only benefit to watching the production legally is that there's no... you're not watching it like... you know, on a delay. When you stream it, you're watching it on like a 30-second delay. Like the people who bought it get to see the action 30 seconds before you see it. This is a better performance from Radke because he's very pedal to the metal. So the fact that Radke can, you know, take a step back, get takedowns, control, dominate, this will be good for his career. This will pay dividends. It's a good performance, even though it could have been, you know, more exciting, more of a barn burner. I got to respect this performance at the end of the day. Dominant, you know, 30-27 for sure. Frunza just getting beat up by Radke, who's on top of him right now. 2 minutes left in round 3. Well, actually, 1:45. And it's been all Radke, all fight. All Radke, all fight. Bro, Frunza is not reacting too well to these fucking punches. I love watching Charles remember the name Radke perform. So Dylan is annoyed with Radke too, just like Soda Pop. Damn, Radke going rear naked. Is he going to get it in round 3? I think he might get it. Frunza's got amazing rear naked choke defense though, but he taps. He taps. Frunza gets it, cooks him, and gets it. Congrats to Radke. They respect each other afterwards. Congratulations. I'm watching. Let's go, Vlad. Let's go. Radke with a nice rear naked choke finish in round 3. Cooks him. Cooks him to the bone and gets it. That's some good shit. Congrats to Radke. Congrats to Radke. He actually got Franz to almost turn into the Rear Naked. Yeah, Franza didn't have it in him this time. That's okay. Good shit, good shit. Bulgarian versus Yadier up next. Next 4 fights should be pretty good. Damn, bro, I just exited out of my browser. Rad keep flipping off the cameras. Congrats to Radke on the win. Chucky LFG, Big Chuck Buff out here pimping that win. That Fronza guy is mid as fuck. I know, Radke acting like he just beat a fucking top contender is kind of crazy, but it's all good. Which browser are you using? Well, I'm using the non-Google Chrome browser because I'm signed into ESPN on here. But I've been using Google Chrome as of late. See what Radke says on the mic. He didn't say anything crazy. He just kind of acted as if he beat a really tough guy. He is tough, but he's not even like a Mike Malott, you know. Every fight is ending in submission tonight. Did you notice that? Low key, yeah. Low key, yeah. They are. Let me see. Yeah, they are. They are. Somebody bet on a submission. Rogue says he uses a cleaner browser. Yeah, I'm on the new Edge browser right now. But I got an ad block on the Google Chrome. That's why I use Google Chrome. Like whenever I'm showing you guys content on YouTube, I use the Google Chrome so that I don't, we don't get bombarded with ads and shit like that during the video. Shout out to Soda Pop for that. There was a stream where I set up my browser on the stream, Rogue. Like 2 months ago. Because the boys got sick of all my ads. Oh no, because I was going to stream the Darren Till fight. I was going to stream Darren Till fight. And I needed an ad blocker so I don't get a virus. So they told me to download a Google Chrome. Okay, we got Dolgarian versus Deval up next. Deval is undefeated. By the way, I told you guys that news about Ryan Garcia and Jake Paul was fake, and Oscar came out today being like, yo, Ryan fights for DAZN, Jake fights for Netflix, two different, production companies, if you will. Ain't happening, so I told you guys. Dylan says he uses Brave. I like Deval by submission in the next fight. Won his UFC debut by sub. Dolgarian is going to force the grappling all fight. Let's see it. Dang, SD on a 3-fight losing streak, I guess. Or winless in 3 fights. Who knows what that means. Deval is a better striker than Dolgarian. If he doesn't wrestle, it's good night, sweet Sadie. Yeah, I heard Sadie is a sweet lady. I'm just waiting for Themba versus Jeremiah, if I'm being real. Everybody reposting this whole Tank Davis thing. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Fuck it. Tank is fighting Jake. I don't know who needs to hear this, bro. They're using this as a nonchalant way of promoting the fight. And look, it's working. Everybody reposting it. Luke Thomas, new statement from MVP. They're investigating Tank. Kaposa, oh, they pretend they give a shit. It's working. It's working. Wade Plemons reacting to it. Ray Jackson reacting to it. Everybody reacting to MVP investigating Tank as if MVP... What the fuck is MVP gonna do? You guys are crazy, bro. ACD posting about it. Everybody posting about this whole Tank thing right now. Nothing's changing, bro. Tank is gonna fight Jake. MVP investigating Tank means nothing. Jake saying he's gonna fight Ryan Garcia, fake news. MVP, I don't know if I already said it, but MVP investigating Tank is bullshit, bro. Come on. Bro, this long ass commercial break. MVP needs to let the courts decide, not fucking open up their own investigation. What the hell is going on? Okay, Bulgarian coming up right now. Rogue, I know, bro. The walkouts are a part of it. Okay, they're starting now. Bulgarian forcing a takedown attempt here. Del Val got an underhook. But actually he's going front guillotine. Undefeated Del Val looks to be on to something here. He's trying to turn this into a back take. And he does. Del Valle on his back now. Yo, what up, Scott? What's going on, brother? Del Valle on Isaac's back, but he looks like he's a little bit high now. Can Del Valle get the choke here? He's over the chin. He's going choke. Bulgarian's grabbing a hand now. Now Bulgarian's trying to get out of it. Bulgarian about to go belly down. Del Valle about to make Bulgarian go belly down. Del Valle looks big too. Big. Yeah, here's Bulgarian belly down. I told you he's about to go belly down. Saturday Night Ride. Just belly down. Credit to Bulgarian, but the choke is in now, pretty much under the chin. No, it's over the chin. Oh, Dolgarian's gonna have to tap. Bro got it tight. Oh shit, he got it. Devaya's gonna get it. Devaya gonna get it. He gonna get it. This guy's really good at jiu-jitsu. The fact that he's punching, I don't think it's gonna help him. Damn, how is Isaac surviving this? Bro, that shit is so deep on Isaac's neck. That's gotta be over. This dude's spitting. Bro, Bulgarian is so stubborn. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. No, that's some good shit. That's some good shit by Del Valle. I'm more impressed though, almost. Not more impressed, but I'm very impressed with Bulgarian's heart, bro. He's so fucking stubborn. He did not want to tap to that. You know? Rogue wants some serious money there. Serious money. Dana wants Tom to lose the rematch. Let's talk about it, Scott. Shit, I don't got any Aspinall thoughts right now, but yeah, Dana definitely wants Aspinall to lose the fucking rematch. And it's as simple as dating back to the anti-D'Elia talks about not wanting to fight D'Elia. Even though, think about it. If D'Elia loses, that whole thing about him not wanting to fight D'Elia is irrelevant. You know? But also Andy Aspinall, you know, negotiating in public or getting caught in 8K. We don't know. We don't know if he intentionally got caught in 8K or if they deliberately, you know, filmed him without his consent. But that whole Andy Aspinall clip, that's the biggest thing. Dana don't really fuck with Tom over that. And it's been seeming like Dana doesn't fuck with Tom even before the dad said what he said. I'll be real. I'll be real. Dana doesn't embrace Tom like Dana embraced like a McGregor back in the day. Ro getting to the bag. Yeah, Ro definitely wants somebody looking at him. Fuck yeah, sleep. He tap, let's go. LFG. Good shit, Ro. Good shit. Solid bet. The poll results for Garcia versus Onama is 50-50. That's crazy. Well, before the big one, before Onama versus Wells, maybe I should make a coffee. I don't know. I feel like I kind of need it low key. Dana is the type to hold a grudge. Yeah, he is for sure. You need a Modelo, Vlad. Vlad, you know, I haven't drank in like a fucking minute, bro. Not too long, nothing crazy, but I probably haven't had like a sip of alcohol in like, I don't know. Definitely like a month and a half at least. I don't really ever drink though, but I was thinking about drinking a beer last night, and I was like, nah. Speaking of what I need a fucking haircut, boys. I'm gonna go get a haircut on Monday. But yeah, congrats again to Del Val. Should I get the Del Val haircut on Monday? Should I show my barber a picture of Del Val? Be like, line me up in the front. No, Del Val got really good grappling. I like to see it. Yeah, I always take a month or two off. Yeah, I feel you. If I do drink, I'll be like, you seem like a stimulant guy based on how long and how late you stream while going on long-winded rants. Yeah, Dylan, I think I am a stimulant guy. I be on caffeine like all fucking day, bro. All day. All day I'd be on caffeine, Dylan. Caffeine and Kush. Caffeine and Kush. That's all I'm on. Caffeine and Kush. Straight caffeine and Kush diet, boys. Dylan, I do notice too. Sometimes I rewatch the streams and I notice, like, I'll notice a certain rant. I'll be like, oh yeah, I was fucking caffeinated there. So you are right. You are right. Rogue, thank you, sir. And I called Del Val by submission. Don't forget that also. You did. You did call Del Val by submission. I didn't forget. Fuck it. Yeah, Rogue, share the picks. Who you got? Who you got? Hey, yeah, this is actually a good one. Who do you guys have? Themba Garimbo or Jeremiah Wells? Put the Zimbabwe flag in the chat, right? Or put the American flag in the chat. Zimbabwe flags in the chat or American flags in the chat. I want to know where you guys stand. Themba Garimbo winning or Jeremiah Wells winning? Because I saw something interesting on Tapology. They got on Tapology, the odds show it's basically a pick'em fight with Themba being a slight favorite. However, the fans are picking Themba to win like 8-1, 9-1. You know? So fans are thinking it's like a 9-1 chance Themba's beating Jeremiah Wells. 9 out of 10 fans are picking Themba to beat Jeremiah Wells. But the odds are pick'em with Themba as a slight favorite. My thing, Themba coming off a submission loss, Jeremiah Wells is a super fucking elite submission specialist. You know? Let's see where the boys stand. American flag for Aries. Rogue Streamer says he doesn't see American flags. Dylan goes American flag. Rogue says USA. Rogue, I'm on Jeremiah again. Okay. Dylan says, I've gone on long-winded rants too while I'm on stim so I can recognize it when it happens. Yeah, Dylan. Also, I don't know if anyone else ever experiences this, but if you smoke a lot of Kush, I feel like when you're not high, like sometimes I'd be super sober on the streams because I feel like I can give better content. And like when you're not high and you smoke a lot of Kush, like you could be more talkative when you're like not high. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm definitely more talkative when I'm not high. That's why I don't really like smoke right before the streams anymore, because I feel like I'm just shooting myself in the foot. So that's the other part to it. If I'm not caffeinated and I'm on a rant, it's probably because I'm like sober as a goose. If I'm high, I keep it to a fucking minimum. Put USA if you have an iPhone. You guys, this is super random, but you guys ever see that guy on TikTok or Instagram where he's like, put a girl on? Put a girl on. Anyone know the guy who says, put a girl on? Dylan says he relates. Yeah, for sure. Because I'm going to be real, boys. I be high like all day. You know, I'm high like all day pretty much. So then what, like once I'm sober on stream, like, that's why I think I'm more talkative. But let me see here. Talk about cushion coffee. Cushion coffee. Cushion coffee. Cushion caffeine diet. I saw oh yeah, Vlad says I quit weed. I'm alcohol and nicotine only now. Damn. Alcohol could be the same as caffeine though. People be going on rants when they're drunk. Nicotine. I've never really been a nicotine guy. Never really been a nicotine guy. If anything, that shit kind of gets me feeling sick sometimes. Too much nicotine. All right, bro. They're honey dicking us on this Themba Grimbo Jeremiah Wells fight. They know we all want to see it. Hopefully, my video that I posted today. Yeah, it's time, Soda Pop. Also, if you boys get a chance today, just go watch my video of Themba Grimbo accused of scamming and like it and comment on it too if you want to. I just want this one to go kind of viral. I don't know why. I feel like it's a good piece of content. Okay, here we go. Jeremiah versus Themba. Same, couple White Claws and blacks. I'm straight. Damn, Aries be smoking on the black and mild. Shit, bro. You're like Kodak Black. You should use coffee or white monster as your bong water on your bowl. That's insane, Dylan. That's fucking insane. That's fucking insane, dude. I might as well just pour like a fucking Corona in there. Filter my kush through beer. I wonder if you could get drunk by taking enough bong rips out of beer out of beer. Remember when Wells and Buck were on the same card? Wells slept McGee in 2 minutes and Buck ran through Duraev. Shoot, I don't remember Wells being on that card, but that's some good shit, Soda Pop. That's some good shit. Court McGee. You ever try Red Man chewing tobacco? I put a big chunk in. No, Vlad. If anything, bro. If anything, I would run the Zins. If anything, I'd run the Zins. The Zins seem to be more my speed. Cringe walkout. Soda Pop. Just get ready for the Soda Pop Themba Garimbo hate train about to take place. Soda Pop is 100,000% hate watching Themba Grimbo right now, and I'm here for it. What's the first fight you watched that made you a fan of MMA? Scott, I would say, I liked a lot of the fights. I would say early on, like, I didn't mind watching, like, I think, like, I was paying attention when Anthony Pettis got signed to the UFC and submitted Benson Henderson. I was in, like, middle school or some shit when that was happening. Maybe, like, freshman in high school. So that's one that definitely, made. I mean, I was already a fan then. So honestly, what made me a big fan of the UFC is there was a BJ Penn like compilation of his wins, like full fight marathon type shit. And watching BJ Penn lick the blood off the gloves, and then after his knockout wins, BJ wouldn't even stick around for the interview. He would sprint out of the octagon and run to the backstage, and then they would like bring him back. And like I was captivated. I was captivated by BJ. And then I found out BJ was the world's youngest black belt in history. And I found out BJ Penn was like the only guy jumping out of like 3.5 to 4 foot pools. So I was, and then I found out BJ had like belts in 2 different divisions. So like BJ Penn, learning about his career, being Hawaiian too, I think that shit made me a huge fan of the UFC, honestly. Like I was a big BJ Penn fan, bro. When he fought Nick Diaz, I was like, fuck, bro. I don't blame Soda Pop. Dude got a sponsor from The Rock. I wonder if he still has that. Damn, Wells didn't want to shake the hand. It's like, dude, Themba was dogging him. Let me rewind that. I just want to rewind Themba dogging him. Philly. This is the only Philly fighter. Oh, Themba wasn't even dogging him. He was being cool. Jeremiah is the only Philly fighter that Soda Pop likes. 39 years old though, damn. Damn, people are tuning in for the Themba fight. Chewing tobacco comes in a 3 ounce bag. That's what I prefer. Hey, I respect it, Vlad. I respect it. You ever sip out of your dip cup, Vlad, by accident? Well said, while he was out, he realized he was the chosen one. New nickname, Jeremiah the Chosen One Wells. Let's go. Are they going to announce him as that right now? The Mamba Grifter, damn Jew. Why does David Onama sound like one of those adopted homeschooled suburban kids? Shit, I don't know, Dylan. Is he? Do you guys still think that like The Rock is housing Themba? Or did that shit end, you think? Yeah, Scott. And then when I also watched BJ Penn versus Jens Pulver, their whole Ultimate Fighter season, I mean, I was fucking hooked, bro. I was hooked. BJ Penn going, raise your hand if you want to be on my team. Raise your hand if you want nothing to do with Jens Pulver was crazy work. AJ, nothing but a number dog. Aries, I mean, yeah, until the 40-year-old gets slept. But let's see. No, haven't slipped out of a dip cup. No, haven't sipped out of a dip cup. Yep, I know people that have though. Huh? Yeah, I feel like my stepbrother did. A lot of people do. Sean Strickland drank out of a piss cup one time, I think. That man pees in a cup in his car. Damn, Themba with a quick, easy takedown on Jeremiah Wells. Okay, working a little bit of ground and pound. Themba going in. Jew says, I would think The Rock and Themba's relationship ended a while ago. Interesting, Jew. Interesting. Because when he bought him the house, I would have imagined it would have been for, I don't know, a year? That was about 2 years ago now, though. Damn, Themba in full mount on Jeremiah right now. Ground and pounding him. He got Jeremiah's legs laced. That's some good shit, Russian style. Above the knee, too. Dude, Jeremiah's legs are stiff as a board right now. That's a good lace by Themba, I gotta admit. Dude, Jeremiah goes belly down. Works back up to his knees here. Themba all over his back. Scott, you see what I mean, bro? Nate Diaz was on that season. That shit was too good, bro. Nate Diaz almost fought Manny Gambirian's cousin. Damn. Jeremiah goes for a takedown, body lock takedown, and Themba just fucking reverses him. So yeah, Themba just working ground and pound. Jeremiah tried to get up a second ago. Themba drags him right back down. Jew says The Rock often likes to distance himself from people if it can possibly negatively damage his image. He ghosts a lot of people even when it's not deserving. I hear you. That's a playbook for a lot of famous people. Jeremiah finally getting to his feet here. 1 minute left in round one. Jeremiah got Themba up against the cage here with an underhook, maybe two. No, under over. Jeremiah is still pressing Themba up against the cage. We got 30 seconds left. No takedown attempt though. Finally going for one. Jeremiah got Themba down at the end of the round, but he wasn't able to do much with it. Maybe in round two he could sway the tide. Maybe he can sway the tide in round two. Time off affected Wells. If this was prime Wells, it would already be over. Themba would be seizing. I know. I'm used to the prime Wells where he was a submission fucking ace. So I'm a little bit thrown off. But hey, Themba looking good. Maybe it just says how that Themba's a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe Themba did come into the Vicente fight compromised. I don't know. Two things can be true, right? Maybe they are excuses, but at the same time, it can still also be true. Thanks, Dylan. I think I was 20 seconds behind because the round two has already started. 10 seconds into round two. Ooh, Themba throws a kick. Jeremiah lands a nice lead elbow. So they're scrapping now to start round two. Leg kick from Themba. You like to see a scrap between these guys. Body kick from Themba. It's Themba? Should we call him Themba? They're both looking comfortable to strike right now. Ooh, nice right hand from Themba. I'll be honest, Themba's looking a little bit more comfortable on the feet, like he's not worried. Another nice right hand from Themba. I can't tell if Jeremiah's rocked or something, but he is looking, his body language looking a little bit tired at the least. Jeremiah body language looking a little bit tired at the least. Themba looking like really comfortable on the feet though. Nice jab from Jeremiah. Takedown attempt from Themba. Jeremiah sprawling here, trying to defend it. Looks like he's going to defend it. Goes front headlock. Goes front guillotine choke on Themba. Themba taking him down here. Themba's safe. He got Jeremiah down. Jeremiah looking to reverse him. Wells is jacked. He is jacked. Themba still on top of Jeremiah. Jeremiah working to his feet now. Jeremiah going for a choke on Themba. Damn, Themba looks like he might be stuck in a choke here. Themba gets out of it. Damn, that was a brutal attempt though. Brutal choke attempt. They separate, back on the feet. Jab from Jeremiah. Ooh. Themba can't miss with the right hand, though. Leg kick from Themba. Oh, shit. Was that to the nuts? Spinning back kick to the thigh. Wells going takedown. Gets the takedown on Themba. Double leg takedown on Themba. This is a good fight so far. 1 minute, 45 seconds left in round 2. Yeah, Themba's still on his back here in the closed guard. Jeremiah on top, trying to land ground and pound when he can. Themba opened his guard for a second, tried to get up, and Jeremiah immediately passed to half guard. Threatening a head and arm choke. It's going to be tough to get it, though. Just because they're right up against the cage on the side that Jeremiah needs to get to. Wells fixed on his sub. He got a minute left. Yeah, 50 seconds left. Jeremiah in full mount on top of Themba right now. I think Jeremiah's stealing the round here for sure. He was losing. Damn, he might get an arm triangle. He got 26 seconds left. Nope, doesn't get it though. Themba rolling to his stomach, and he's about to get out of it. Now he's on top. Now Themba's on top of Jeremiah. Now Themba reversed it. He and Jeremiah's guard now. Tough round to score. Tough round to score. Themba definitely landed a lot more damage, right? Jeremiah, he got takedowns. He had a couple of submission attempts. Not too much ground and pound. Based off last week, you know, we're talking about guys who don't inflict damage when they get takedowns. Shouldn't really be scored as much. So I don't know. That's a tough round to score. Tough round to score. Drop the flag in the chat who you think won round 2. American flag or Zimbabwe flag. Drop it in the chat who you think won round 2. Because I'm conflicted. I feel like Wells kind of won it at the end, but let's not pretend that Themba didn't land the majority of the damage in that round. Wells got round 2. Okay, Aries. Will's fixed on a sub. Dude. 5 minutes for us to change our life, Jeremiah. Let's go, Soda Pop. Okay, so let's see. Do you think Jeremiah won round two, Soda Pop? Juice says Zimbabwe round two. Okay, okay. You know, I'm just kind of going off of the recency from last weekend. Aries says American flag. Okay. Man, in my heart, if I gotta make a decision, I'm gonna say fucking Themba won that round. I feel like I piss off Soda Pop too, but I'm sorry, Soda Pop. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. They're standing and banging. Oh shit. Jeremiah Wells just exchanged with Themba and came away better. That's all I can say. Themba initiating another takedown. Jeremiah going guillotine attempt. But Themba basically in half guard. Jeremiah is threatening a guillotine still. But Themba's in his half guard. I don't think he can finish it here. And he just let go of it. Now Themba locks in half guard. Yeah, Wells was cracking to start the round. Maybe instead of going, yeah, just like DC was saying right now, maybe, Themba or Wells shouldn't have gone guillotine and should have defended a takedown and kept cracking, We got 3:15 left in round three. Jeremiah Wells threatening that front choke again. They're back to their feet. The broadcast is lagging. Jeremiah Wells is pressing forward. Going for a takedown here. Double leg. Can he get Themba down? Themba's sprawling. He's trying his best not to get taken down. Themba gets taken down, but he's getting back up to his feet now. Themba working to the cage. Butt scooting to the cage. 2:45 left in round three. Damn, Jeremiah pulls him into mount. So Jeremiah has Themba mounted now. 2 minutes, 38 seconds left in the round. Let's see what happens. Round two was up in the air. Round three still up in the air. Who's winning? Who won last round? Who's winning this round? Themba definitely won the first round. Damn, Wells got a head and arm choke in. Damn, he might get this one. Wells might get this one. If he can get fully to Themba's left side, he can get this one. Themba's wincing. Bro, Themba is wincing so hard. Okay, Themba's getting out. Damn, good shit, Themba. Good heart. He don't want to get submitted again. Oh, he's going inside the leg. Jeremiah Wells trying to get a rear naked. Now he's on Themba's back. Scooting him. Sucking him back. Themba rolls to his belly. Commentary team also speaking on Wells not throwing any punches on the ground. But Wells is definitely threatening big with submissions. You got to reward that. Damn, Jeremiah landing some elbows now from up top. That's some good work from Jeremiah. That's going to help score the round for him. Jeremiah could end up winning this fight if a judge scored it round 2 for him. I don't know if Themba gassed or what, but yeah, Themba wasn't able to get up from that takedown halfway through round 3 here. We know who won. We know who won. Soda Pop. Okay. Okay, Soda Pop. So Soda Pop feels funny. Themba snubbed Jeremiah of a handshake before, or no, Jeremiah snubbed Themba of a handshake before the fight, and then Themba snubbed Jeremiah of a handshake after the fight. Soda Pop thinks Jeremiah Wells won. Oh, my bad. I don't know. I don't know who won. In my heart of hearts, I think Themba won it. In my heart of hearts, I think Themba won rounds 1 and round 2. I'll stick on it. Drop your picks in the chat. See if you're right. You know what I'm saying? American flag or Zimbabwean flag. Drop it in the chat. I got I think I got Themba. Soda Pop says yes. Okay, there we go. Jeremiah. Okay. All right, I was wrong. Shout out Soda Pop. Close fight, though. Close fight. Close fight. Super close fight. Themba clearly won round 1. Jeremiah clearly won round 3. Round 2. The first half was Themba, second half was Jeremiah. But the thing was, for me, Themba ended round 2 on top. Jew says he had Themba in the second, Wells in the third. Jeremiah Wells wants Michael Chiesa, a guy from Canada or Australia. Congrats to Jeremiah Wells. He got that win for all the Themba Grimbo haters out there. I know Soda Pop is ecstatic right now. Okay, we got the co-main and the main coming up. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Ante Delia. Cortez Acosta has the opportunity to do something hilarious. You know what I'm saying? If Cortez Acosta just walks through Ante Delia, they're going to be like, why the fuck were we just talking about him fighting Tom Aspinall? So Cortez Acosta could do something fucking hilarious. And then we got Steve Garcia versus David Onama in the main. Can't wait. Mino, Black Poppy, Dominican. shout out Big Poppy. Shout out Big Poppy, David Ortiz. Who knows David Ortiz? And who's watching the World Series tonight? Is that shit on? Game 7 World Series, LA Dodgers. Top of the third. Here's an update on the World Series. Top of the third. Looks like Blue Jays are at bat. 0-0. Game 7 of the World Series. All right, boys. Let me go make a coffee. I'm gonna need it, bro. Boys, I'm gonna need it. I'm just debating whether or not I should just like drink my pre-workout or make a whole fucking coffee. I don't know. I'm conflicted. I'm so conflicted on what I should do for caffeine. Pre-workout or coffee. Coffee with a side of Kush. No Kush till after the stream, Aries. No Kush till after the stream. I'd go brew. Alright, boys. Alright, let me go make the brew because the brew's going to take longer. The brew's going to take longer, but the first two responses were coffee and brew. So fuck it. Let me go brew one up. I'll be back. And then we'll be locked in. I won't leave till the card's over once I come back. Just give me a minute. Everybody like, everybody subscribe, whoever's tuning in right now. Shout out to everybody watching. I will be right back. We're back. We're back. No kush. No kush. I'm gonna become mute if I fucking smoke kush. Usually JJ's in the chat and JJ calls that out. JJ's like, the kush is getting to you. Okay, fight's on. D'Elia versus Acosta. D'Elia opens with a leg kick. D'Elia stalking Acosta here. Jab from D'Elia doesn't land though. Body shot from Acosta lands. Yeah, D'Elia does look light. He looks like a small heavyweight for sure. Brandon Fitzgerald keeping it a buck as always. Brandon, like, I don't know about you, but I can gain 5 or 10 pounds in a day. Yes, Brandon. Yes, Brandon. We've all been there, Brandon. Thanks for keeping it a buck. We appreciate your commentary, Brandon. You are the modern day Goldberg for me. Yeah, so D'Elia and Cortez Acosta have been pushed up against the fence for like 2 minutes now. D'Elia has had his back against the fence for like a minute and a half. That's why I haven't been commentating. Because, okay, they separate. Cortez got his back towards the fence. He on that black line. D'Elia looking to land a big old knockout combo, it seems. The way he's posturing and shit, and then he shoots in for a takedown. You're kidding me. Immediately gets pulled up above Acosta's waist. He got a double underhook. Acosta's looking to break through the double under. He should be able to just because he's so much bigger and stronger than D'Elia. These guys have literally clinched all fight though. Acosta lands a nice elbow in the clinch with D'Elia's back against the cage. All right, they separate. Acosta immediately gets on the back foot. Damn, they're just swinging. That's crazy. I told you D'Elia was looking like he just wants to fucking throw 12 punches. Eye poke? Damn. So D'Elia gets the stoppage. Cortez Acosta acting like he got injured or something. An eye poke. We don't know. The fuck was that? I don't know. This is where instant replay needs to be done. Again, all the onus should not fall on the referee here. I want an instant replay. Let's do instant replay. Oh, pinky in the eye. Pinky in the eye. Illegal. That's fucking illegal. Illegal. That's fucking illegal. DQ him, take a point. Now is your chance. Now is your chance. Tommy Boy Aspinall's teammate. Now is your chance. Let's see, you guys been talking about it? We've been talking about it all week. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? No, he doesn't want to restart. He probably wants the fight to be over with. Control your fucking weapons. Okay, so the fight's over. Officials are saying the fight's over. Cortez is grimacing. Now that it's been confirmed he's been poked, he's going to milk it a little bit, or maybe it really hurts. I don't know. You know, that's pretty cheap of... Apparently they're saying they're on a timer, so they can restart the fight. The 5 minutes hasn't fully ran out. What I want to say, D'Elia is also rolling his eyes saying that it's not real. Prime, yo Perry, sorry, I missed out on some events. It's all good, Prime, but bro, you've been missing so many streams, Prime. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not even going to lie to you right now, Prime. You know what I'm saying, Prime? Like, you've been missing. But maybe you've been watching on the replays. But yeah, you've been missing, bro. It's all good, though. I'm happy to see you. What was I just going to say, though? Oh, I think that's pretty dirty of D'Elia to just keep on punching like that when clearly Waldo was, like, somewhat hurt. I don't know. Why not back off and be like, hey, like, is everything good? He tried to squeak one by. He tried to sneak that one by. He should have took a step back, paused the action. You know what I mean? Oh, eye poke. Okay, let's recover and continue the action. But instead, he just jumped on him and didn't even give anybody a chance to stop the fight. Pokes him with the pinky. No, this isn't identical to Kyle Nelson versus Matt Frevola. This is different. But we're getting a lot of these controversial, you know, when it rains, it pours, boys. When it rains, it pours. All these are happening week after week after week. Something must be done. You boys know I've been talking about fight fixing for the longest. Maybe this is the subtle, you know, subtle karma. Karma finally coming around. All these fight fixing bullshits, right? I don't know, just a theory. Is this karma? Oh, Waldo or Cortez Acosta wants to continue. Cortez Acosta is going to continue. Iron Aries laughing, Prime been gone. Hey, I had to get on Prime's ass just a little bit. Just a little bit, you know what I mean? But he opened it up. Prime knew coming in. Just coming in, sorry. But it's all good, Prime. It's all good. Who called Wells and told all of you jabronis? Okay, where's my congratulations? Rogue, there's no congratulations. The fight is continuing. Can't believe serial cheater gone got taught by the world most cheater John Jones. Hey, shout out Prime. That comment right there makes up for the absence, Prime. We're on the same timing. Oh shit! Waldo Cortez Acosta it just knocked out Ante D'Elia. It's over. Bro, Ante D'Elia was rolling his eyes. Clowning this man. Oh, and here he goes. He sells it again. He comes back, drops to a knee, selling it, milking the eye more. Do whatever you want. Milk the eye as much as you want, bro. You just got that knockout. He's letting it all out now. As if this wasn't how he was feeling before. 100% Rogue. Rogue, 100%. Rogue, you counted your chickens too fucking soon, bro. Don't be doing that, Rogue. Never count your chickens too soon. Rogue, yeah, that was nuts. Boom. So D'Elia jabs to open it up, and boom! Cortez Acosta throws a 1-2 at the same time, drops him, puts him out with ground and pound. D'Elia was rolling his eyes, trying to make a fool of Cortez Acosta. Like, haha, who cares? I told you, that was some dirty shit by D'Elia. I'm not even going to lie to you. Damn, dude. D'Elia out. Let's go. That was nuts. Killer comeback. Oh, I said I called Wells, not this fight. All right, Rogue. I got you. Oh, well, in that case, Wells, I already gave you your congratulations. You must have been missing it. I gave you your congratulations, did I not? Or no, I gave you your congratulations about that other dude. All right, Rogue. Congratulations on Wells as well. Okay, officially. Official congratulations for you. That makes it 2. I'll give it to you, Rogue. But Rogue, did you give out that bet? Okay. No, Rogue, I didn't congratulate you on Wells. I got that confused with the other dude you predicted earlier. You're right. Oh, yeah, here it is. I just scrolled up. Rogue said Wells round 1 also at Iron Aries. So you thought it would be round 1, but it's okay. You just can't make that up. Dude, Tom Aspinall, is Tom Aspinall getting hate online right now? Are people saying that's what Tom Aspinall should have done? I can see it now. I gave out Wells my dog. You did. Rogue going hard in the chat right now. Oh, breaking news. Breaking news, boys. All that bragging from Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel versus Rodolfo Vieiro off the UFC 322 pay-per-view card will now headline the prelims. Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint-Denis now opens the main card. Rightfully so. I guess Bo Nickel and his 500,000 wrestling fans ain't it. They ain't needle movers like Bo thought. Because Bo just made a clapback tweet the other day being like, I guess me and my 500,000 wrestling fans don't deserve to be on the pay-per-view. Yeah, I guess you don't. You're right. I haven't posted anything today. I finally saw my first post-worthy news of the day. That and this right here. Cortez Acosta and D'Elia. And then between this and that, I got 2 posts to make, I think, right now. Apparently Nate Diaz and Francis are in talks to replace Tank. Guys, it's bullshit. Old Unk versus Saint Denis. Seriously, though. Damn, Cortez Acosta just told Aspinall to be ready. He's coming for him. Soda Pop, I said Wells would be champ at 170 and Buck champ at 185 in 2022. Good times, man. Wish I could go back. I remember those tweets. Tom Aspinall should have removed his eyeball and threw it at Serial Cheater Gone, is what they're saying. That is what they're saying. They're all tripping, bro. They're all sheep, not thinking for themselves. It's okay. Can't help them. So Cortez Acosta, I said before the fight, Cortez Acosta has the opportunity to do something hilarious, and he just did it. Tom Aspinall, like, who cares? Like, talking about, Ante D'Elia and Dana White mad at Aspinall because he won't fight his teammate. You mean the teammate that just got knocked out by Cortez Acosta? Everybody better have Cortez Acosta's name in their mouth come Monday, come Sunday. All right? Wells winning made my night, so if Garcia loses, I'm fine. Let's go, Soda Pop. We free rolling for the rest of the night then. It's time for a great scrap. Not gonna lie, Tom wearing him like a full English breakfast. Eating funny interview. Oh, I don't even. Oh, funny interview. Tom is eating Acosta like an English breakfast. All right, let me make a post. Yeah, so even Acosta's mad like how I explained it. He's irritated that when he tried to put his hands up for the eye poke, D'Elia kept punching him. That was cheap, bro. That was cheap. Be a gentleman. Be a fucking gentleman. D'Elia didn't live up to the hype at all. Okay, main event up now. Main event up now. That was good shit. Honestly, bro, I gotta make the caption. Waldo Cortez Acosta knocks out Tom Aspinall's teammate, Ante D'Elia, just because Tom Aspinall directly fucking correlates in all this. Like the irony that Waldo Cortez Acosta knocked out Tom Aspinall's teammate, Ante D'Elia, after suffering an eye poke in round one. Now, this is no shade on Aspinall, but this is just the situation. Like, it's just crazy, the irony. I'm sorry, but the World Series don't even got shit on this Waldo Cortez Acosta finish. Like this Waldo Cortez Acosta finish is 10 times more of a good story. We got James in the chat. What's up, Dirtball James? Irony is Charlie Kirk getting shot. James always coming in the chat wild and bro. James, I just want to know one thing. I just want to know one thing, James. Who do you have in the main event? That's what I want to know right now. And you better hope you get that your pick right, James. You better hope you get your pick right. What's going on though, James? You just getting off work or what? Yeah. Acosta said he wants Aspinall. He told him he's coming for him. He goes, "You seen that? I'm coming for you." I like Garcia. Deal with it. Oh shit, we got the same pick. Why we gotta have the same pick, James? Why the hell we gotta have the same pick, bro? That's ridiculous. There's still hope for next week that we disagree. All right, let me finalize this post before the main event. There's only so much time. Bro, with daylight savings, they should instead of like the whole changing the clock, it should go from 24 hours a day to 25 hours a day. 6 months out of the year, we get an extra hour in the day. I would love that. Main event walkouts. Rogue says throw down some cash on these bets. I will soon. I will soon, but not right now. Okay. We will post the other stuff later. As far as Bo Nickel and stuff. This is one of the craziest captions I've ever had to write. Waldo Cortez Acosta just knocked out Tom Aspinall's teammate Ante Delia after Leah eye poked him in round one, initially leading to the fight getting waved off as a knockout for Delia until officials reviewed instant replay, noticed the eye poke, and allowed the fight to continue. What a crazy fucking caption that is. Yes, Prime, that was Charlie Kirk's job to debate. Nothing wrong with debating. But James hates when I get political. I already know that. Rogue says he got Onama in the main event. All right, boys, I'm going to end the poll right now. Value clearly on Onama. Okay, okay. This guy is a clown. Put your money on it. I don't got no money on it. And if I did, you guys would be calling me biased for my commentary, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? James would be the first. Extra hour, I will take it. Yeah, Jew. Yeah, Jew. Imagine instead of daylight savings, we get just 1 extra hour in the day. We need that. Think Garcia gonna beat Onama, but in decision or split decision? Okay, okay. These guys are both a little chinny. But let's see. Maybe they'll just go to fucking war. Yusuf Zalal making a cameo? Yeah, he is. Zalal always steals all the attention in the room, though, whenever he's fucking like... It's like, bro. This is David Onama's moment. I'm guessing that's in Africa, right? I have no clue what James is saying. Aries believes in Waldo becoming a champion. Okay, Aries. Okay. Who's more of a marauder, Garcia or Wells? In a debate right now? Honestly, bro, maybe with just the recency of Steve Garcia's run and the finishing streak, I got to give it to Garcia. Zalal and Buck are the funniest in the UFC to me. Okay, Soda Pop, I got to warm up to Zalal a little bit. I'm not too well versed with the Zalal lore. But I'll remember you said that. I watched Zalal do an interview while playing Mario Kart. He is hilarious. Was Zalal playing Mario Kart or you were, Soda Pop? Sometimes watching fighters just be themselves versus doing interviews is like better. Gives you a better look at them. Oh, I got you. You're screaming at the game. Yeah. That's a good atmosphere. Like a good look for fighters, I feel like. Get them in a casual experience. Even like watching them game, like play Madden with DC, I would watch that shit over some interviews. All right, main event getting announced now. Everybody's saying call Tom out and did what he couldn't. Shows Tom how it's done, then calls him out. Damn, crazy. But you guys know, right? I've been bitching all week. About instant replay and being official and being certain, right? And they did exactly that. And I couldn't be more satisfied with how all the officials handled that situation with Delia and Acosta. I just want to give credit, You know, I've been bitching all week. You guys have been hearing it all fucking week. And looks like I manifested it. I manifested it. They listened. They heard me. I can rest now. I can rest. Playing it during a James Lynch interview. They were playing against each other. It's a really good content idea. Yeah, it is. Shout out James Lynch for that. Soda Pop, you want to know how much of a real one I am? And, you know, no shade to James Lynch. I actually, like, nothing wrong with James Lynch at all. But I had to warn Buck in one of our interviews. I had to let Buck know, hey, man, I don't know if you want to keep doing interviews with James Lynch anymore. But, you know, he works for Homa Fight. Homa Fight is owned by your competitor, Gilbert Burns. I just want you to know that before you go ahead and give that company content. That's how much of a real one I am. I make sure they don't do no shady interviews. Not saying James Lynch is shady, but they could have cut that up. You know what I'm saying? And Gilbert Burns don't fuck with Joaquin. He already tried to slander him once. So I was just not about it. That's just a side note. James, all week, very annoying. I'm sorry, James. I'm sorry, all right? I admit it. And I'll accept it as well. But now I can finally, yeah. But now I can finally rest. I can finally rest. Tonight, I'm going to sleep well. Okay, fight's on. They're a minute in. They're just feeling out, but Steve Garcia is pressing Onama. You know, landing a couple big overhand lefts. And Garcia being his typical marauder self, you know. Typical marauder self. Ooh, more left hands from Garcia. Onama's like taking what Garcia's given though, and I feel like he's gonna come on strong. I feel like Onama's staying composed. We could see Onama come on strong here in a minute or two. Garcia looking real good, right? But I feel like Garcia's showing his best right now, and Onama isn't really phased or hurt by it at all, you know? If I'm keeping it a buck. Sure, Garcia's landed a couple of times, but now it's getting to a point where Garcia's not really landing at all. And Onama's being patient. Onama's blocking, catching, parrying, slipping, all of them right now. He's not really slipping. Onama doesn't slip, right? He just kind of blocks and catches. Yeah, I don't want to misspeak. Onama doesn't slip a thing. Oh shit. Garcia just dropped Onama. With a big overhand left. Onama back up to his feet, but Onama looking like he's on wobbly legs right now. Wobbly legs. Bro, Garcia is on a roll. Oh, big overhand left again from Garcia. These are hurting Onama. Onama down again. Onama gets back up though. Head kick from Garcia. Front teat from Garcia. Oh, Onama is done on his feet. Herb Dean going to step in and call this at any moment. Yep, Onama's done. James commenting on my looks. James. Don't be zesty, James. Don't be zesty. Onama sounds like a sushi roll. Thank the Lord. Soda Pop. Yeah, but you know. Can't believe you had Onama pick Soda Pop. I really can't believe that, but it's okay. It's all right. This Cortez Acosta post doing well so far. Well, Steve Garcia saves us time. Makes it a quick night. James co-signs the finish. Onama gets hurt every fight but doesn't get finished, so I had a feeling he was one of those guys who just somehow wins. Fair enough, Soda Pop, fair enough. You know, he looked good to start. I was expecting him to come back a little bit, but Garcia finally found that shot. Finally found that shot. Maybe Garcia was a little bit, or no, sorry, maybe Onama was a bit too patient. Hey, James, I'm going to need you to like the stream, bro. Can we go ahead and get that 10th like, James, for the stream? Good win for Steve. Hope he gets Calvin Kattar or somebody if he's still ranked. Steve already beat Calvin Kattar. Jew? Steve already beat Calvin Kattar, Jew. That's why Steve was like, bro, I kind of was hoping. Hey, shout out James. Love you, James. Thank you, James. I appreciate it, brother. That's why Onama was being like, you know, I wanted to fight up, but the division's being held up by Volk right now, so I got stuck with Onama. So, yeah, Giga. I mean, okay, let's look into what's his name, Steve Garcia, real quick, because he did fight down. He was a good sport. Let's look at Steve Garcia real quick. Let's give him a good opponent. You know, I want to make sure we do right by Steve. We're looking at featherweight. We're going to shoot him up a little bit higher, okay? Because he fought down, coming off of a win over Calvin Kattar. Are you guys okay with Steve Garcia versus Brian Ortega or Josh Emmett? Or Gene Silva? You guys want Gene Silva? Steve is ranked number 12. I say you give him number 8, 9, or 10. Anybody above Brian Ortega, you got Zalal, Allen, Sterling. They're all, you know, they're all on the up and up. I say give him Ortega, Emmett, or Silva. Volk is a hobbit. And he's a chef, I guess, nowadays. Should be Emmett. Okay, Jew. Andrew dropping in the chat. What up, Andrew? What up, Andrew? Well, Emmett is ranked number 9, Jew, so maybe he would just go up from number 12 to number 9 with the win over Emmett. Steve Garcia, humble after that win. Mm. Oh shit. But dude, you're a featherweight. Ah man, low key a waste. Garcia has a friend who got killed. R.I.P. to his homie. R.I.P. to his homie. R.I.P. to Steve Garcia's homie. That's tragic. And stupid as fuck. And stupid as fuck that he got killed over an opinion. But R.I.P. to his homie, bro. This man battling a lot, held it all in, almost concluded the post-fight interview without even dropping that info. We got Diego Brandao here. Jackson Wink team, let's go. R.I.P. to his homie. Max Holloway, it's like okay, decent call out, but bro, that doesn't make any sense. Max is at lightweight. Max is on to other people. You know what I will say for Steve though? It's like Steve is on such a win streak right now. If you want to give him somebody above Brian Ortega and those guys are willing to take it, like I'm saying, Zalal, who I doubt would take it. I doubt Zalal would take it unless he wants to pick his mans up. Unless Zalal wants to pick his mans up. Does Zalal want to pick his mans up or no? Right? But I'm saying, Steve Garcia on such an impressive streak, all finishes. If Zalal, Allen, Sterling, Lerone, if Lerone gets snubbed, Lerone won't want to take it. But like a Yair, like I don't give a fuck. This guy, if these guys on the upper 7 of the division would accept a fight against Steve Garcia, I wouldn't be mad. I think Steve Garcia is fully earning or deserving of it. So I'll just say that. Like, yes, 8, 9, or 10 seems to be fair for Garcia. But honestly, if anybody above 8 wants to accept a fight with Garcia, I would not be opposed. Think his friend was Charlie. Think his friend was Charlie Kirk. Oh shit, you. He said Charlie's family. He was friends with Kirk. Oh wait, was he actually homies with Charlie Kirk? Wait, is he talking about Charlie Kirk? Hold on, hold up. You guys can't just be. Somebody confirm that real quick. You don't just get a fucking drop that one time without a confirmation. Can someone. He's talking about Charlie Kirk. You guys are 100% serious about that. Barrett says Charlie Kirk was everyone's dead homie. It seemed like this was a close friend, though. I mean, I would believe it if you guys tell me that he was close with Charlie Kirk. We made it up. Go back, bro. LMAO. Bro, now I'm lost. Alright, but I guess he's not Charlie Kirk's homie, so. All good, all good. Where's my chat at? Here it is. It's fake. I got you. I got you. I got you. Thank you. All right. Well, that's the card. It was a decent card. It was a decent card. The last 3 fights delivered. I was entertained on the last 3. Oh, he said shout out to Charlie's family. Okay. Okay. We are all broken up about the dead people. On the dead homies. On the dead homies. Well, that's some bullshit. If it's just his homie, maybe he just like made some post on Facebook or something and he got gunned down. I don't know. That's just a guess. But if it's some bullshit like that, that's retarded. So I guess talking points of the card, you know. Best wishes, Phil Rowe and SD Dumas. Congrats to their opponents on the win, Dante and Seo Keon Ko. Billy Alinkula, good submission. Hope Kevin Christian was able to make a recovery. He was out for a long time. Not out for a long time, but he was tapping for a long time. Went unconscious because the referee didn't see it. Alon Nascimento gets somewhat of a come from behind victory against Cody Durden. Not really. It was an even fight. But drops Cody Durden. Immediately transitions to the jiu-jitsu. I think it was what? Oh, Anaconda choke. It says it right here. Finished him with an Anaconda choke in round 2. Charlie Radke submits Daniel Frunza round 3 after cooking him. Radke had that rear naked choke locked in round 1. Frunza super stubborn, not tapping. Radke gets it done in round 3. Cooks him. 2 rounds later, tries it again, gets it done in round 3. Isaac Dolgarian gets submitted by Yadier Del Val, who improves to 10-0. Isaac Dolgarian, another stubborn fucking mule, bro. He was also the minus 250 favorite going into it. Stubborn mule didn't want to tap, but he was forced to as well. Forced to tap. Congrats to Yadier. Solid skill from the Cuban. And I'm excited to see what Yadier can do in the UFC. He's a featherweight, and he, coming off Contender Series, he's 2-0. 2-0 in 2025. Jeremiah Wells gets the upset victory over Themba. Like I said earlier, Themba was a minor favorite at minus 140, but like 9 out of 10 fans were picking Jeremiah Wells to win. It says it right here. 8 out of 10 fans. So it was 80-20 on picks here. 8 out of 10 fans picked Jeremiah Wells to win, so I'm going to chalk that up as a upset victory, okay? Jeremiah Wells gets a unanimous decision win over Themba. Super close fight. I scored it first round for Themba. Second round, 50-50. Super hard to score. I actually did score the fight for Themba, as you guys know who watched live. But yeah, I scored the fight for Themba. But again, super close. It really came down to the second round because Themba won the first and Wells won the third. But in the second, Themba came out strong in the striking department. Eventually got taken down, controlled for a majority of the second half of the round. Also, Wells was able to threaten with the arm triangle during that time period. But then towards the end of the second round, Themba reversed Wells, got on top, and ended up in Wells' guard. So that's why I kind of scored it for Themba, if I'm being real, just explaining my scoring. So that's why I gave the second round to Themba, as well as the first. But I'm not mad at it at all. Jeremiah Wells won unanimous 29-28, all 3 judges' scorecards. Congrats to Jeremiah, coming back off over a year off, almost 2 years off. The man hadn't fought since February of 2024. So nearly two years off. Comes back, gets the win over a tough opponent, right? Themba looked good tonight. Themba looked good until he didn't. But he started off the fight really well, all the way up until, second way through the third round when he got taken. Second half of the third round when he got taken down is when Themba pretty much fell off. But it was super competitive for 12 and a half minutes. Themba was winning the first half of the third round too. But just, it wasn't super dominant. He was barely winning the first half of the third round. Waldo Cortez Acosta, Ante Delia, you already know, but if you don't, okay, Ante Delia, Tom Aspinall's teammate, who everybody's been up in a big fuss about, talking about, oh, Tom Aspinall says he doesn't want to fight him. Dana hates Tom now because he doesn't want to fight his teammate. Everybody counting the chickens way too fucking soon, okay? Not only did Ante Delia lose, but the irony in his loss is crazy. It's insane. All right, Delia goes ahead and eye pokes Waldo Cortez Acosta. Not only does he eye poke him, but then as soon as Cortez Acosta starts kind of giving any little signs that he's eye poked, this dude swarms on him, punches him another 12 times, gets the referee to step in. Okay. The fight gets waved off, but not called off. It gets waved off with the caveat that we're going to go to instant replay. Cortez Acosta's claiming eye poke. D'Elia's claiming no eye poke. Let's find out what it is. Is it a TKO or is it an eye poke? They go to instant replay. They see the eye poke, identify it, pinky in the fucking eye from D'Elia, okay? They resume the fight. They give Cortez Acosta the ultimate decision. Do you want to continue? Can you not continue? Let us know. You have up until the 5-minute mark to make this decision. Cortez Acosta resumes the fight within the 5 minutes. So much is going on. He gets eye poked. They're instant replaying that shit. They confirm it was an eye poke. Then they finally come to him and they're like, you want to fight? This guy only has like 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes to make that decision at that point from the time they tell him they can continue fighting. Okay. The fight continues. Acosta sacks up after suffering an eye poke. With the irony of what happened last weekend in the heavyweight championship main event, Cortez Acosta sacks up, gets back in there, and knocks out Ante D'Elia in like 12 seconds of restarting that fight. Drops him, finishes him off with ground pound, fight over with, gets on the mic, and he says, hey, Tommy boy, hey, Tom Aspinall, I'm coming for you. You saw that. You saw what I did to your teammate. That's how it's done. I'm coming for you. So Waldo Cortez Acosta coming for Tom Aspinall, and why not? Why not? All last week and all this week, all you guys talking about Ante D'Elia this, Ante D'Elia that, Dana White talking about him. Well, this dude just beat him. So if Ante D'Elia, right, if everybody was up in arms about Ante D'Elia title shot, this and that, then what does that make Waldo Cortez Acosta? I just want to know. What does that make Waldo Cortez Acosta? Maybe not the number 1 contender. I know Volkov the number 1 contender. But I mean, come on. I know Waldo Cortez Acosta got more work to do because Ante D'Elia was only 1-0 in the promotion. But I'm just saying, this is why you don't talk up dudes like this. He was only 1-0. He ain't done shit. Why the fuck were we talking about Ante D'Elia fighting Tom Aspinall in any fucking category? That should never be in anybody's fucking conversation whatsoever. Ante D'Elia talk in terms of a title, talk whatsoever. Ante D'Elia not even in the conversation of a title talk, of a title shot. All right. Now to the main event, Steve Garcia, RIP, before we even get into this one, RIP Steve Garcia's homie, okay? RIP Steve Garcia's homie. Passed away 2 weeks ago. He told him he would be at the fight. So he was missing his presence there. Came into it with a heavy heart. And just a little bit extra on this fight. He's not getting the opportunity he wanted in David Onama. He wanted a ranked opponent. Right? Felt he deserved it off the Calvin Kattar win. Didn't get it. Still accepted the Onama fight. Came in there. All Steve Garcia. Onama just catching and parrying all the shots. Never got started. And Garcia swarmed on him. Eventually landed a shot that rocked Onama. And it was over from there. He never let Onama recover. Finishes Onama with some ground and pound on the floor. And once, I think it was Herb Dean, whatever the ref is, once the ref stepped in, Onama tries giving that little, playing the game. Oh, I was fighting back. I'm conscious. I was aware. Nah, good stoppage. Steve Garcia improves his win streak to 7 in a row. This man just improved his win streak to 7 straight. And of those 7 straight wins, 6 finishes. Okay, 7 straight wins, 6 finishes. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the first round. This dude's a problem. I already said it. We can go ahead and give Steve Garcia 8, 9, or 10. Brian Ortega, Josh Emmett, or Gene Silva. Okay? But if anybody ranked above 8, I'm talking 7 and above. If anybody wants to accept an opportunity against Steve Garcia, first off, I think it would be a good opportunity for them too. With what Steve Garcia's done, with the work Steve Garcia's put in, this is a fighter that fighter should want to fight. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. Certain fighters who win a lot and put on boring performances or don't go after it, they don't even deserve good high-profile opponents at times. Steve Garcia is a guy who the top of the division should give an opportunity to. If you can beat Steve Garcia, you take a lot of his hype, you get a lot of the respect he's garnered for himself over the last few months, over the last couple years during this win streak. So that's why I say anybody ranked above Ortega, you should, if you get offered that fight, you should probably take it. You should probably take it. Fighting's about matchups a lot of the times, and Steve Garcia is surging, bro. Surging. David Onama, I don't really know what's next for David Onama. You know, he's not even ranked, so it's hard to kind of go down that path with Onama. But the one thing I'll say about Onama is he just should have the catching and parrying was okay. It was okay. But where he went wrong is he did not put out any offense. Like, eventually you got to go, bro, and you waited too long. You waited a little bit too long. Maybe wait like a minute and a half, but you were basically like a human punching bag for Steve Garcia, offering no offense back. You know, Garcia was just on the heavy bag at practice. Sure, you were blocking it at first, but I mean, Garcia was just going to keep going. So congrats to Steve Garcia on the win. Once again, RIP to his homie. And that is the post-show recap, boys. That's the reaction to the card. Shout out everybody who stayed in the stream for the post-show recap. Let me see the chat before we get out of here, though. I put the chat down because I'll get distracted while I'm trying to go through the card. Perry punches trigger because he thought Grimbo would win. LOL. That's why he's not looking at our comments. All right, I'm back on the comments. But there wasn't much comments. James Barrett thinks Charlie Kirk's wife is beautiful. I've never really seen her. Soda Pop rates her a 4.5 out of 10. I don't imagine Charlie Kirk was able to pull that much of a baddie, but that's just me. No disrespect, Charlie Kirk. Love you, brother. Apologies if that came off disrespectful. When you get Dumas on the interview, I'm going to be first in that shit because I got some words for him. All right, Aries, you know what? We're gonna work on getting SD on. I don't know what his mood is. I don't know what his mood is right now. But we're going to work on getting SD on. Well caught, damn. Well, what can you say about that? Rogue, I just said everything I got to say. Yo, what up, AJD? AJD always just coming in, dropping random words in the chat, but love to see you, AJD. James would smoke me like a little blunt, he says. James, if you're ever in California, we might just have to link up at this point. We might just have to link up at this point, James. We might just have to. James, you have to address who you're talking to. I think he's talking to me. Send Grimbo back to Zimbabwe. See what I'm talking about. Garcia is a monster. Impressive win. No, 100% Rogue. I think Rogue made some good money on the night, too. Rogue, you had Garcia as well, or what? Looks like SD is going back to hustling in the hood. Gosh dang, Dylan. I hope not. Maybe me and SD can do a podcast, bro. We got a platform here, you know. I be seeing SD going on some no-name shows. He might as well just come on mine. James got to chill, LOL. James is a black belt, he says. And I believe him. But me and James can roll. How much you weigh, James? What's the weight, James? And James, I won't even do no Moneyberg shit. See, James, here's the difference. I won't even do no Moneyberg shit and move the goalpost and say, okay, James, let's roll. But I bet you can't tap me. No, we could do the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I'll accept it if you tap me. But I want to know how big James is. My shit's 4 minutes off. What do you mean? AJD, you might be lagging behind. I don't know how my shit could be off by 4 minutes. Rogue wasn't sure who was going to win. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't 100% sure, but I was riding with Steve Garcia for sure. All right, boys. I did the post show. My throat's dry as a fucking whistle. And I wasn't even planning on doing the post show, but it just happened so that I did it. But shout out everybody who tuned into the stream. I will see you guys tomorrow. And let's see, maybe we get Steve Garcia to make a better call out in the post-fight press conference, because Max Holloway, not really it. I guess that's the last shit I'll say about it. You know, Steve Garcia, I know I already talked about his matchups, but I no-sold his call out of Max Holloway, and maybe I should just leave it at that. Maybe I should just leave it at him no-selling Holloway, because, come on, he's not in the conversation. Holloway's a lightweight. Holloway's talking about defending his title against Charles Oliveira. So, Charles Oliveira calling out Max or Steve Garcia calling out Max? I think there's no point to give light to it. Rogue Streamer says, catch me later. Good show, Perry. Stay lit, homie. I will stay lit, homie. I'm going to go get lit right now. And, yeah, once again, boys, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Probably going to be a later night stream, though. I'm not even going to give you guys the bullshit promise like I normally do and tell you that I'll be here 6 p.m., 7 p.m. I'm going to keep it a buck. Tomorrow night, probably going to be a late night stream. I'm going to be on all the stimulants at 10 p.m. PST or 11 p.m. PST. So if Dylan wants to see me on my rant, 10 p.m. PST, 11 p.m. PST tomorrow, we're going to go live. 10 p.m., 11 p.m. PST tomorrow. The streak continues. And I will see you boys there. All right. Peace out. And good night, everybody.